Hey guys, my name is Bryson Sessions and you're listening to the Bed Project Podcast. This show is a little bit different than other shows out there, so if you want an in-depth understanding of what it's about, please listen to episode 292B. It'll give you all the details for the show and what to expect. So, that being said, here is today's episode. Yo, it's August 30th, Friday, 9:01 p.m., 2024. So, today, do I start every show off with, so? Is that how I start off every show? I don't know. All right, so yesterday I talked about how uploading the workouts into the software that I'm using is just so time consuming and tedious. That's absolutely true, but I'll tell you what, I don't know what it is. It's like when it comes to making the workouts, that's fine. It's just, I think I overthink it. But as a result of doing so, the workout programs are great. They're very diverse, and it's not just some easy bullshit. You know, it's not 3 sets of 10 for 4 weeks, make one workout and you're good, you know. So I feel very proud of the workouts that I create based on the kind of goal. So I feel like I know my way around that stuff. And of course, there's always more to learn. So I'm not saying I'm an expert or a pro, but I know more than I would say whatever. I don't know. I want to restart the whole show because I sounded like an arrogant fuck right there. So we're going to keep it in because I don't want to restart. So, but anyway, it's just something about it, man. I have the hardest time just sticking to that task. I think it just sucks so bad. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't mind it, but I'm contradicting myself by even saying that because I just don't want to do it. No, I don't. Damn, I wouldn't say I don't want to do it. It's hard for me to just stay focused on that particular task because I wrote yesterday on my whiteboard that it should take me about 3 hours to make block 2 and block 3, the workouts themselves, then upload them to the software and then periodize them by copy duplicating and then changing the reps, sets, rest times on a per week basis so that it's different every week, which is something I believe in, right? And while it did take a lot of time, I actually timed myself with this is the only thing I timed myself on, which was the periodization. Well, actually, I timed it and made a time lapse today and posted it on my Instagram. It took me 16 minutes to copy the workout to 1 week, and then to the next week, and then to the next week, and then write about it. Write about everything. So, let's see. Hold on, I just lost my train of thought. Holy shit. See, I want to restart this show so bad. Maybe these will be the coolest ones to look back on. I don't know. I'm just tired, dude. So, anyway, I recorded some on my Instagram, posted it as a time lapse of me working with some music from my buddy John and his band, No Horizon. Fucking amazing. Go listen to the song Smile. Holy shit, so good. And he's my friend, dude. That's crazy. So, I actually talked with him to see if he could craft up some intro, outro music for the show. Just some metal and just a one-liner that pertains to the show. So there would be only one part that was aggressive and the rest would just be heavy music. And I don't know. Maybe it'll be cool. Maybe it won't be. I'd like to try though. So anyway. So yeah, I put it. Okay. Holy shit. Back on topic. Made the time lapse. Took me 16 minutes to copy all the work or to make one workout okay. Took me 16 minutes to look at the piece of paper, the workout, write that workout in the program itself, and then write a little description for each workout, kind of what you should focus on, the tension, what you should imagine when you're trying to, perfect form, all that stuff. Putting the reps, sets, rest times in there for all the exercises. And then that took me 16 minutes to do one workout. Then I had to duplicate the workouts and then change the reps, the rest times, and the sets on a per week basis. So it was all different. So it was all periodized. This one happened to be some undulating periodization, which means pretty much, it's not random, but some of the workout follows an endurance periodization. We got some hypertrophy periodization, and we got some strength periodization. So some of it is linear, some of it is reverse linear, or I guess backwards if you want to call it that. And then we've got I can't remember which one went first. I think strength started and then it went linear, and then we did hypertrophy, which went reverse linear. So it started low and it's going high. So that's reverse. Yeah. So that's reverse linear. And then we have the endurance, which is starting low, going high as well. So that altogether changes on a per week basis. So some of the workouts going in one direction, the other is going in another direction, and then we have things like calves where both workouts it's going different directions. So, and I could be wrong on the definition of undulating periodization, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't really know the definitions of a lot of a shit. I just know that certain things are the way they are. So I don't know. It's probably something I need to look into. But anyway, so then to periodize the whole thing, I timed myself, and I noticed that this became a game for me. So I would time myself to see how long it would take me to go through a workout, change the rep sets, rest times, all that stuff. And I think I've got it saved right here. The first time I did it, no, I deleted it. God damn it. First time I did it, it took me like 6 minutes. And I thought, okay, well, I got 4 more workouts to do this with. Let's see how long it takes me to do the other 4. So based on 6 minutes for one, I got 5 more workouts to do. That means it probably is, or 4 more workouts to do. 6 times 4 is 24. So 24 minutes is how long I can expect to work on this task, and then it's done. So I thought, okay, that's it. 24 minutes, that's cake. So next time I do it, I did 5 minutes, something seconds. And I thought, oh shit, okay, so I'm getting faster, okay. And then I did it again, and I got 4 minutes, and then I did it again. And I can't remember what the third one was, or the fourth one was, but whatever. On the 5th one, I got 3 minutes, 39 seconds. And here I am yesterday talking about how it's going to take me probably 20 minutes and blah, blah, blah. It just, oh, dude, it's just crazy what happens when you just, and this is such a micro example, but it's crazy what happens when you can just sit down and just focus on one task until it's done. And this is a super small example, but it just, and it's embarrassing because I wrote on my board it was going to take me 3 hours to do to finish the block 3 of training. And it took me a lot longer than 3 hours because I had to write the workouts. And that took me about, dude, I was just so unfocused. It's like so hard for me to just stay focused on creating a workout program. But once it's done and then putting it in the software, it's a whole different thing. So I don't know what it is, but it said it was going to take me 3 hours, and it took me probably 6 or 7. And how embarrassing to say that out loud. Why the fuck did it take me so long? It's because I was distracted. It's because I went to the store and got some food and a drink. It's because I was up here. I was like, oh man, I'm going to open the window. It's nice. And then I just got distracted looking outside. And then I went and laid down on the air mattress that I have here. And I have my laptop. I was like, oh, it's comfortable. I'm going to hang out. You know what? I need to eat more because I only have 8 hours, and it was just distraction after distraction after distraction. And it took me so long to get it done. So, I mean, it got done, so that's great. But damn, dude, I just feel like I did not use my time wisely in that regard. I did get a lot done today. It's 9:09 p.m., so I'll probably be up for another 2 hours. But yeah, so I don't know, it sucks, man. So, but anyway, I wrote it down. So yeah, so between yesterday or last night and today, I wrote block 1 of training, programmed block 2 of block 1 of training, periodized block 1 of training. It's all in the software now, all scheduled. And everything that I just said, I did that with block 2 as well. And then one of the things I wanted to do was pull all the video clips from my first video podcast of the other show and have those as clips. So I did that. I got 9 clips I can post on social media. So those are ready to go. And rather than being like, oh, the color's off, there's no subtitles, there's no background music. Rather than worrying about all that stuff, which will come with time, I just exported the 9 videos and they're there. So it's just, they're not the greatest. I don't think that they're the coolest or the best looking or the most whatever, but there's something. And if I wanted to post those exclusively, I would have 9 days worth of content if I just post once on one platform, once a day. And that's the plan, but I'm going to have a little bit more diverse layout of content. Obviously, I'm not just going to post videos. I could, but I have 9 things of content, so pretty cool. Then I made 10 Twitter posts for Instagram. And if you don't know what a Twitter post is, they're everywhere. It looks like it was a screenshot from Twitter or X or whatever. It looks like it's a screenshot from a post or whatever on the platform. It's got the profile, it's got the name, it's got what time they posted it, and then the message or whatever. And the idea is tweets, or whatever you call them now, X's, I don't know, can only be so long. I don't know how long they can be now, but they used to be like 140 characters. So they had to be short. So the idea is just a quick screenshot of a quick thought, but you post it on Instagram. I've been taught in the past to use those. If they don't work, then you switch it up. But for me right now, just starting, anything is better than nothing. And it's actually one of the Twitter posts that I did write. So maybe I'll share that real quick. So, and again, I put all these down. I get in the habit of like, I don't know what to say exactly, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm just stupid. I'm just going to. So when I do that, I write down the thing that I was thinking of, but I don't erase it. I just copy and paste that in a different section. I call it unfinished ideas. And it's just unfinished ideas. It's just thoughts that where I'm going in a certain direction, and I just don't know how to continue it. So, but this one might make it. But sometimes you have to do the less good thing, or the less optimal thing. But I'm trying to dumb all my language down so it's so easily readable, because some people might know what the fuck optimal means. It's one real quick side tangent. That's one thing that I've, I guess, learned recently from Alex Hormozy is the point of good copy is for someone to understand. And the point, what the hell did he say? I think what he was getting at was we want people to feel understood, and you know what, I can't remember. The basis of it was, if you want to sound smart as shit, then use a lot of big words, use a lot of crazy terminology, whatever. But nobody's going to understand. A lot of people won't understand what you're saying. They might get confused. They might get frustrated. And that's not your fault. It just sucks because a lot of people are just dumb as fuck, including myself. I'm not saying I'm smarter than anybody. But if you use a word like optimal, someone might not know what it means, and that might throw off the whole entire post for them. When in reality, if I use different words, that might attract them. So what he does and what he says to do is dumb everything down. I hate saying the word dumb, but lower the reading level down to a third grade reading level, and then put it out there. Because then more people can understand it, more people can read it, see it, whatever. And in the context of building a business, I'm trying to get as many people as I can to join the program. So if that means sacrificing the level of my vocabulary, which is not even that high, I would say I have a couple big words, whatever. Shout out Kevin. But yeah, so that's real quick. So sometimes you have to do the less good thing because it's what you can stick with long term. The better thing will always be the better thing, but it will be the worst thing if you can't do it at all. So it's kind of a jab at the all or nothing mentality. So, so it's better to do cardio separately from your workout, if you're trying to build muscle and strength entirely, or do it before. But then if you do cardio before, then you might be a little bit tired during your weight training. So that might take a hit on your performance weight training, which, so it's better to do them completely different times during the day. But if the only time that you can really do cardio is right after your workout, or the alternative is you don't do it at all, then the less optimal thing, the less good thing is the best thing for you. Because the best thing, period, is to do it at a different time. But if you can't do that, that's fine. You need to do it after your workout, and that's better than nothing at all. Another example might be, for whatever reason, let's say you can't brush your teeth right before bed. You have to do it 5 hours before bed. Well, it's definitely better to do it right before bed and get all that shit off your teeth that you had in the last 5 hours. But if you can't, then doing it 5 hours before bed is definitely better than nothing at all. So, with all that being said, sometimes you have to do the less good thing because it's what you can stick with long term. The better thing will always be the better thing, but it will be the worst thing if you can't do it at all. So you can also take that in the context of a diet or something like that. There's great ways to lose weight out there, but if they don't work for you and you can't stick with them, you need to do the thing that you can stick with, even if that means it's not as good as the best thing. So that being said, that's kind of the whole thing I'm rolling with here. The whole just start mentality, just diving in, figuring it out as I go, putting something out there that I know isn't, not that I know that it's not my best, but putting it out there knowing that it probably doesn't matter as much as I think it does right now. And I'll gain the skills to do that better in the future. And the best way that I can learn how to do things better is to put something out there and then see how it performs, analyze it, and then go back and fix things. Like, for example, I have this thing. I don't think I've talked about it yet. Maybe I have. But in my podcast document where I write all my descriptions for the shows, I have a thing. It's called Golden BBs, started May 13th, 2024, Monday, 10:02 p.m. And the Golden BBs is the idea that there's no silver bullets. This is another idea I got from Alex Ramosi. So there's no silver bullets, only 1,000 golden BBs. And that would be 1,000 different small, tiny things that you could make or put into or adjust or whatever, remove from your product or service that would make it just exceptionally incredible. So it's just 1,000 little things, not one big, huge grandmaster idea, just 1,000 little things that make it better. And since May 13th, I've made 21 adjustments to the way that I run this show. So if you go back and listen to, May 13th, what episode is that? May 18th, let's go up here. May 18th. So it's episode 212. So every episode since 212, I believe, so every episode since 212, I've been keeping track of the things that I change, alter, or include, or whatever, into kind of this log thing. So when I reach episode 7,305, we can actually see day by day or date by date when I made the changes I did, so that you can see, I guess, what went into shaping this podcast into what it is. So that's pretty cool. So I've got 21 adjustments. It would take a sec to read them all because they're kind of detailed. So I guess not really, but for example, the very first thing was I added my Instagram handle at the end of each show entry. Don't know if that made it good or worse. Haven't gained one follower to my knowledge that's a listener of this podcast that's not friends or family. So I don't know if that helped. Don't know if it will help later because I'd have to keep that same Instagram name forever, which, I'm not going to. So that's already a problem. Just thought of that. So anyway, that was good while it lasted, I guess. Next one is added the day of the week to each date in the show entry. So rather than just August 30th, 2024, it's Friday, August 30th, 2024. And I don't know exactly the thought process behind that. I just thought it would be cool to see the day of the week and see if there's any trending things you could find. So every Friday, it seems like I record the show at 10 p.m. Or every Tuesday, it seems like blah, blah, blah. Or every Sunday, it seems like, just fun little shit like that. You go down the list, the very last one. So we have 15. So 15, clarify the show tags. 16, bolded, underlined, and italicized. What the fuck just happened? Italicized certain text. I don't know if that translates into certain show descriptions, but whatever. 21, moved the listen to 292B to the bottom of the note summary. So summaries and preview from feed, August 22nd. So, anyway, that's me. Going back to what I was saying, that's me making little tiny iterations, improvements, adjustments to the thing as I go. I wouldn't have made any of these adjustments or realized that I needed to if I didn't start in the first place and see the flaws in my game. And there's a shit ton of flaws in this show, The intro could be way better. My mic quality could be way better. The way that the descriptions are organized could be way better. I could put a lot more effort into all of it. There's so many things that could change and be improved. But tell you what, none of this, I wouldn't, if I would have been like, I can't do all these things, I'm not going to start, then I wouldn't even have the show and you wouldn't be listening. So I'm almost a year straight of doing this goddamn show. And I've made 21 adjustments since. Probably a lot more. This is just when I started documenting the changes. So going back, anyway, big tangent there, but going back to what I was saying earlier, sometimes you got to do the less good thing because it's what you can stick with. And the less good thing for me right now is just pumping out content and kind of making things, kind of meal prepping my content, if you will, just creating everything in bulk. Even though it could be so much better, I can't afford to do better as far as time goes. I mean, financially, I can pay someone to do this, and I don't have the money to do that. But so if I'm doing everything myself, I can't really afford that. In my budget of time right now, that's not the important thing, The important thing right now is, I think, just producing and just making and putting things out there. Because once I put something out there, that's when it gets eyes on it. That's when it gets feedback, and I can learn from my mistakes and learn from the product, services, methods, systems, strategies, whatever, and make them better. So that's that. So going back to what I was saying earlier, I guess this doesn't relate. I don't know what the fuck I'm even saying, but I was making the workouts, putting them in the software today. It took a lot less time than I thought it did if I were to just sit there and focus. So lesson learned, just fucking focus, mute the phone, sit in a different room, just get the shit done, and you'll be amazed at how much time you have left over. So that was the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is just wasting time. So many distractions, whatever. So anyway, all that being said, today I got a lot of shit done, it felt like. So the things that I got done were things that I'm relieved that are done, because they're things that, well, it's interesting because the whole podcast clip thing, that's got to be done weekly. So, and I did the easy part. So that's interesting because I don't know, man, it just takes a while to do. It's going to be something I do on Mondays or Thursdays, because I'm resting on those days purposefully so that I can just come home straight from work and just work. And if I have from 2:45 to 7:45, that's 5 straight hours, I would say that that's plenty of time to record a video show, and then go back and edit it and then splice it and save the clips. And then also use that same day to make content. So make the Twitter posts as well. So in theory, I should be getting like 21 posts a day, once a week, every time I do this. So yeah, the other thing that I wanted to do, and I'll have to just commit to it and get it done tonight, but I wanted to make my other Instagram account and make my first post over there. I don't know how ideal it is to post at 9:30 at night, but again, just you live and learn. I'm about to find out if it is, because I'm about to do it. So perhaps that's how I'll end my night. I'll finish the show off and go on Instagram, make a new account, and yada yada. So I'll have to make a new email as well, because I want to keep everything much more organized this go around. But yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about was I'm pretty sure this is what I'm going to roll with, because when I put it on a canvas here on Photoshop and I look at it, I resonate with this, and it feels good. It feels clean. It feels crisp. It feels like this is my brand, my business idea, my logo, whatever. And it could change, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah, no, this is fucking it. This is it. And the name, I talked about it yesterday, is Allegiant Excellence. But I don't think excellence necessarily draws out, calls out to people who are trying to, lose weight, because that's primarily what I'm about here. But I'm really trying to tie in more of a mental toughness aspect to the whole thing, because that's what changed my entire life. That's what proved to me to be the way to happiness and self-fulfillment and stuff like that. Because it's the doing the hard shit daily, and knowing that it's hard, and knowing that I don't ever want to do it again, but doing it anyway, and then going to bed at night knowing that I really gave it my all, and I pushed through and I overcame. That's what got me out of the sad, depressing bullshit of life that I was in last year. It's a little over a year now since I've escaped that. And it's all due to pushing myself to just keep my word to myself, Just do shit I didn't want to do, keep those commitments, keep promises. And that's what ultimately changed my entire way of thinking. I mean, you're listening to this show because of it. I have this business idea because of it. I had the whole supplement idea because of it. I was working 3 jobs because of it, and I was fine. Now I only work 1 job, which is crazy. It's weird to think about it that way. Like I would have got home from FedEx 4 hours ago if I was still working that. That's crazy. I've my whole attitude towards sales and marketing and all this shit has changed. My desire to grow has changed. There's a podcast episode, it's whatever, I think it's 63, where I go back and listen, or I play the old, third or fourth day of 75 Hard for me. That's in episode 63, I think. And I said, at this point, I don't know if I'll ever find a partner again or something like that, because my confidence was so bad that I didn't think that I would ever find love or a partner or whatever, because I was just feeling like the biggest sack of shit. And no wonder I did. I was living such a depressing life. And now I've got an amazing, beautiful, wonderful girlfriend, Alexis Buchanan, and I'm just very lucky. So here, let me read you a text. Let me put her on the spot. So we were talking back and forth, and I said, I've gotten a lot done today. It feels so good. If this was my job, shit. If this was every day, what a dream. And she says, one day it will be. And all I said was, this is the kind of support every man dreams of, I hope you know. So shout out to Alexis. Shout out Lexi. So there's your little spotlight. Sweetheart, love you so much. Okay. I bet you're blushing so hard right now. Oh, I bet everybody else is like, God damn, shut up. This is cringy. It's all good, dude. I don't give a fuck. It's my show. So anyway, I made a lot of progress, and it's all as a result of the pushing myself mentally. Physically was one thing. You know, it's one thing to have abs and be strong in the gym, but it's another to have your fucking shit together, you know, outside of the gym. You can be a piece of shit and still go to the gym, but it's another thing to have those aspirations in life and pursue them. Kind of just I wouldn't say I'm pursuing my stuff aggressively. I don't feel like I'm going that hard, but I think it's the lack of knowing exactly what to do that's preventing me from going so hard. Because if I had just a whole calendar full of task by task by task of things that I needed to get done, that I knew once I got done, it would just get me closer to the goal, I think I would be hauling ass. And I think that's why I want to get the calendar set up with motion, so that I can see everything months in advance and know weeks at a time what I'm working on, hour by hour, when things are due, when things need to get done. And only for $30 a month, I don't know. The more that I gamify everything in my life, the better it seems it gets, you know, by timing myself and then trying to beat my record of that, and then beating that record, and then beating that record for a fourth time. That made it enjoyable, and that made it fun for me. And in doing all of that combined, I saved so much time, and it made me feel better inside, because it's, for me, I think, okay, wow, I did this thing. I thought it was going to take me an hour. It only took me 30 minutes. And now I have 30 extra minutes to work on the next thing. So if I think something's going to take me an hour and it only takes me 20 minutes, what would then take me 10 hours to do 10 things, I can now get 30 things done, you know, assuming that an hour, I think, is 20 minutes in reality. Just an example to paint the picture, but way off topic, kind of, but, or not really. So yeah, so it's Allegiant Excellence. That's the name of the program, or the company, or the business, whatever you want to call it. And the logo, I think, is sick. So it's an A, but there is an eagle outline going through the A, and you can only see the right leg of the A and the top portion. You can't see the left, because the left is covered with the eagle. And it's an outline of an eagle, and the top, so on a white background, the top cone part of the A is black. The bottom is a gold, yellow, bronze, including the eye of the eagle. And the reason for the eagle is because an eagle represents vision and freedom and loyalty. And let's see, let's find what does an eagle symbolize in culture? Freedom, strength and courage, vision and clarity, authority and spirituality. So it's more like here's the whole thought process behind the entire logo. So I don't know, I am weird, but this is not why. I'm really weird though. So I like to, when I make some kind of logo or design, I like to have everything mean something, which is why it's so hard for me to even get a tattoo, because I'd want it to mean the fucking world. But then I don't know, it's going on my body forever. It's got to be perfect. But allegiant means to be faithful to or loyal to. So excellence, allegiant excellence, would then mean faithful to or loyal to excellence. And when you break down excellence, it's just the commitment to improvement, or the commitment to raising of standards. And that doesn't mean you can't fail. It doesn't mean you can't screw up. It does mean that you can't give up and you can't quit, But as long as you don't quit and as long as you don't die, you'll eventually succeed. And so with that whole idea, it's just the constant raising of standards, the constant improvement, the constant state of progression, because progress is progress. What the fuck did I say? Progress, that's another one of those things. I don't know if anybody said this. I feel like a badass when I say some shit and I'm like, did anybody say that? But progress, regardless of intensity, increment, speed, or size, is still progress. So I hope I'm the first person to say that, because that's some baller shit, all right? So progress, regardless of intensity, increment, speed, or size, is still progress. So even if I do whatever and I fail and it's a whole shit show, but I learn and I improve and things get better as a result later, I would consider that progress. And if that's what I'm pursuing, then ultimately that is excellence. And so Allegiant excellence is the commitment and the loyalty to constant improvement and raising standards. So pretty fucking cool when you put it that way, because that's exactly the thought process. I mean, this isn't some bullshit I just made up. This is actually what I've been thinking of and trying to find words that mean certain things and then combining those with another and using an eagle to symbolize it. Because if we're talking about the commitment and loyalty to raising the standard, then an eagle with strength and courage. The eagle's power, hunting skills, and dominance in the sky symbolize strength, bravery, and leadership, vision, and clarity. Known for its sharp eyesight, meaning we know where we're going. An eagle is associated with vision, insight, and the ability to see things clearly. So to see where we're going, to see the obstacles ahead and how we're going to get over them because we have strength and courage, whatever, all that shit. And then so there's Allegiant Excellence. That's the whole name. So we got the logo, and then below that we have Allegiant in bold. Then we've got the straight line. Don't know what you call that. We're about to find out. What is the straight line called? Straight line symbol is a vertical bar or pipe. All right. So the pipe, that separates Allegiant and Excellence is really thin, and then Excellence on the right side is thinner font. It's not bold. And it looks nice as shit, I'll be honest. It looks clean as fuck. And I didn't design the logo for the first time ever. I just found something on Adobe stock. It's free because I have the subscription. Well, hold on. It's not free. I pay for the subscription of Adobe stock because I have the Adobe software. And yeah, so I don't know what you call it. It's free for, I can't make money off of it. I'm not selling the logo or putting it on shirts and then selling the shirts. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not making money off the logo. So it's free use. It's free, whatever the use is. What the hell is it called? Standard license, unlimited web, social, email, and mobile views. Up to 500,000 print runs. Not to be used on merchandise for sale. I'm not selling any of the things that the logo will be on. And if I am, then I'll just have to go find the guy and buy the logo. And that's a whole other thing. So, yeah, that's what I'm using. So I didn't design that. So anyway, that's the gist of the logo. Below that, for the slogan, I'm not sure what I would put. I've been experimenting with different things to see how it looks, to see how it sounds. So we have Allegiant Excellence, the mental recalibration program for men. Then we have excellence in more than just fitness. So this one just says Allegiant. It doesn't say excellence. Then we have Allegiant, and we have excellence for men. Don't like that one. We have Allegiant Excellence, mental recalibration for men. And men is the same color as that gold part of the eagle, which is sick. Then we have Allegiant Pipe Fit, and fit is thin like excellence. And going back to what I was talking about earlier, Allegiant referencing the commitment to, remaining loyal to, or whatever, to fit, being fit. Now this is where I made sure that the definitions made sense, because this, when I read it, it actually gave me chills. So let me find out. Hold on. So fit is more, it calls out to people who are trying to get in shape, right? Allegiant Fit. I see the word fit. I'm sure I automatically associate that with some kind of fitness or nutrition protocol or plan or program or something, rather than excellence. So let's see. So Allegiant Fit would then mean that they are well suited, capable, or appropriately qualified for a particular role, task, or situation. So this implies that the person has necessary qualities, skills, or characteristics to effectively handle or excel in that specific context. Now, when I read this definition, it actually gave me chills, because this is going off the whole building yourself into someone who is capable of doing something. So I'm gonna put my cousin on the spot here. So at first, my younger cousin told me that he thought I was being some dick rider for Andy Frisella because I was doing 75 hard, and kind of thought, like, why the hell are you doing this? What are you doing this for? And nothing new here. I haven't said shit to, back then, I didn't say shit to anybody about why I was doing anything. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. But also, I wanted to, build myself into somebody who is capable of doing the things that I've always wanted to do. And if I'm not capable of doing those things, or I don't possess the skill set or the discipline to withstand or endure or whatever the hardships and the obstacles that are coming my way, then I'll probably just fold at the first fight that comes my way, or the first confrontation of whatever in business or whatever that I got it going on. And that'll be the end of that. So my goal was to build myself into somebody who could withstand the storm and be fine. And just, my goal was to build myself into someone who could just not falter, right? In the context of building something. So that's why I did it. And that's what it was all about, So that's the whole backbone. I'm just trying to build myself into somebody who's capable. So reading this definition, it means they are well suited, capable, or appropriately qualified for a particular role, task, or situation. So that means, allegiant fit means committing to or remaining loyal or faithful to being appropriately qualified, capable, or well suited for a particular role, task, or situation. So being committed to to having the necessary quality, skills, or characteristics to effectively handle or excel in that specific context. And if this is a program that's more than fitness and nutrition, and it goes deeper into the mental side of things and really changing your entire life for the better, for the future of your life and your family, then that's a perfect fit. No pun intended. So, Allegiant Fit. I look at it and it looks good. That being said, could I change it? Probably. I might. I don't know. But it looks fucking good and I like it a lot. Allegiant. Just never mind the words. It's the definitions and the meaning of the words. Allegiant just happens to sound cool. But if you ask ChatGPT, what does Allegiant Fit stand or mean? Allegiant Fit means allegiant, loyal or faithful to a person, cause, or organization. Fit, suitable or appropriate for a particular purpose. So, allegiant fit could refer to someone or something that is not only suitable for a particular role or purpose, but also demonstrates strong loyalty or commitment to it. For example, in a team context, a person with an allegiant fit, that's not what I mean, would be someone who is both well suited for the role and deeply committed to the team's goal or values. So yeah, I read the definition for fit, meaning being like he is fit for something. And it literally gave me chills because I was like, damn, dude, this is exactly what the fuck I've been trying to do this whole time. So anyway, that's that. And that's what I wanted to talk about. And I think this show flowed a lot more smooth because I actually had bullet points of what I wanted to talk about. So when I got off track, I just looked at the goddamn paper and I resumed back on track. So there was no, I got to pause and rewind. I don't know what I said. So there's none of that. It was great. It was great. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do from now on. So, and I think I've said that numerous times in the show before, but just the small, simple shit, man. Just write a couple of notes. So anyway, guys, that's the show. So we got the wasting time and gamifying my workload so that I could be more productive. Talked about wasting time and being distracted as shit, taking a lot more time than it should have. Talked about getting shit done and everything that I got done today. I talked about the name of the program. And that's it. So I'm going to go make an Instagram account, make a post, and get that shit rolling. So we'll commit to that, and that'll be a new start of the chapter of whatever that we're in. And it sounds like someone just got shot outside. I don't know what the hell that noise was. Also, real quick, one more thing before I peace out. My lamp turned off again last night. And so Lexi gave me the idea to set a timer and see if it's timed, because it just turns off. And it only does that when it's on the max setting, meaning that the next timer, the next touch, would turn it off. So I've had a stopwatch timer going, and it's been 2 hours, 4 minutes. It's still on. So I don't know, but it just turned off. Also, this morning, around 5 a.m., I woke up to what I thought was knocking. Not on my door, but like a light, which was really weird. So if this is the last show I record, it's because I got murdered from a ghost. So that's the show, guys. I appreciate you listening. I'll talk to you the next time I talk to you when I talk to you next. Peace out. If you haven't already, please go check out episode 292B. It explains what the show is about in depth. If you are a new listener and want to know what the hell is going on, why I sound like shit, why it's not organized, why it's not professional, 292B explains it perfectly. So go give that episode a listen if you haven't already. Thank you so much for giving my stuff a try, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode.